My dear friends and colleagues, welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time for you, please do subscribe to my channel. And that's the only way of showing your support to me. And also, it fuels me to do more videos like this. So, I would like to start with a definition of virtualization. Virtualization is nothing but creating a virtual form of the hardware into a software without any limitations to the function of a physical hardware. Okay, and let's pitch into the video topic of installing the GNS3 VM in the VMware workstation and binding the GNS3 client to the GNS3 VM running in the VMware workstation. So, what is the use of GNS3 VM actually? Per GNS3 documentation, it avoids multiple issues experienced when using models like Dynam IPs, which leverage Cisco products like routers and switches, QEMU, which is best for creating and using Cisco GNS3 complex topologies, and VPCS, virtual PC emulators, which is a lightweight way of emulating a very basic PCs, and also Dockers, uh, which is also supported in GNS3, and HIT helps to run multiple containers. So all these features that I just listed works very well when you run the GNS3 server VM in the VMware workstation as a virtual machine. So there are three options available for GNS3 server to be running with. The first option is the local server, that is, it will consider your PC as the GNS3 local server. And the second option is running the GNS3 VM uh, with the help of VMware workstation. And the third option is running the GNS3 server in a remote server. Okay, we will see those options once we run the GNS3. Let's open the virtual network editor to get the network information or the subnet information of the virtual network that we can use for the GNS3 VM installation. Okay, for that you can go to search. This is Windows 11 and this is how it looks like. If you are in Windows 10 or older version, you can just give you can just press the start button and type virtual network editor, and if you just open the file location, it will looks like this. And this virtual network editor comes along with the VMware Workstation Pro installation software. Okay, so select the virtual network editor and right click run as administrator, just give yes, and it will just list like this. So we have three different network here, and the one we specifically interested is the host only type of the network. Okay, and know what is the IP information. This is 192.168.89.0/24 subnet, and the GNS3 VM is going to get an IP from this subnet. Okay, and while configuring the GNS3 VM, we have to select this network to get a IP, because here it says use local DHCP service to distribute IP address to VMs. So when we install a VM and select this VMnet1 network, then there will be an IP assigned from this range. Okay, and just give OK here. Just identify what is the VM network name here, a VMnet1. Okay, just give OK here. and minimize this one. Now run the VMware Workstation Pro here. So here we are going to import the GNS3 VM.ova file. OVA file is nothing but open virtual appliances, and you might have get an option while installing the GNS3 whether you want to download the GNS3 VM OVA files along with the installation or no. So I selected yes, and I also downloaded the OVA files. So now go to File and click Open, and it will take you to the download location, and you can select the GNS3 virtual machine OVA file and click Open again. And it will ask for the name of the new virtual machine. You can give GNS3 VM, and storage for the new virtual machine. We can select one of our drive here and select OK and give import. So it is now importing the virtual machine file. So let's wait for some time. Yes, it is successfully imported now, and you can see it here, the GNS3 VM. And before powering on the virtual machine, we have to assign an IP address for this virtual machine, right? So let's go to Edit Virtual Machine Settings, and under the network adapter, uh, we can give custom specific virtual network. So we have already noticed that VMnet1 is the right network we have to select for getting an IP address for this virtual machine, and I'm selecting that and clicking OK. Now power on the virtual machine. The virtual machine is starting up. Okay, the system has been booted up. So let it be in this stage. Okay, to launch. So there are a couple of instructions, and the one we are specifically interested is the IP. Just validate whether you got an IP from the VMnet1 that that I have selected, and in your case, you verify whether you are getting an IP from the network you have chosen. Okay, and you can click inside the box and click OK. Now the next part is the GNS3 binding of virtual machine and the client software. Okay, so for that, let's minimize this one and open the GNS3 client software. Double click. Okay, so here let it complete the load first. Let me close this. So here in the right hand side, you can see the server, which is my laptop, and it is running as a local server. and we have an option for GNS3 VM, which is not showing as green because it is not configured, neither binded. Okay, to bind the GNS3 VM, we have to first go to help and click the setup wizard, and this is a server setup wizard. So as I said before, we have three options to run the GNS3 server. The first option is run appliances in a virtual machine, which is the one we are going to select now. And the other two options are like run appliance on my local computer, which is not recommended as per the GNS3 development team, because you might lose certain functionalities or extensions while doing complex topologies. And the third option is run appliance on a remote server. Okay, the server will be on a remote computer, and it can be shared with multiple users. So we are going with the option one. Click next, and the server path, let it be as it is, and the host binding part, we have to select the VM, and the port, you don't have to change anything, let it be there, and just give next. And it is waiting for the local servers to stop. We got a message: connection to the local GNS3 server has been successful. We can click next, and here you can just select the CPU cores, and usually you can do an incremental value, at least one should be there. In our case, we can select two, and the RAM size can be 2048 MB, and click next. So as soon as I give next, the GNS3 VM is starting. Notification came in the server summary. So now we have to confirm the host binding of the GNS3 client and the GNS3 server running in the virtual machine. Okay, so for that we have to go to edit and select preferences, and here under GNS3 VM, ensure enable the GNS3 VM is checked. Okay, and the VM name is GNS3 VM, and ensure all the properties that you have configured while setting up the server is correct here. And this is auto checked, this radio button is auto checked to stop the GNS3 VM when closing the GNS3 client software. So we have to give apply and OK. And now I'm going to close the GNS3 client software. So since I closed the GNS3 client software, the GNS3 VM is also stopped. The status is powered off here. Now I'm going to open the GNS3 client. So as soon as I open the GNS3 client software, it automatically triggers the GNS3 server VM to boot. Okay, and once it boots up, we will see the GNS3 server change the icon to green here. So after a long time, I am seeing the GNS3 VM is not turning green, and it is still in discovering or connecting to GNS3 VM. The reason I notice here is uh, the port number. The IP is 190 192.168.89.128 and the port to connect is 80, wherein in the GNS3 settings under preference GNS3 VM the port is 3080. So I'm just going to change to 80 and give apply and click. Okay, it is restarting the GNS3 VM again, and let's see if the GNS3 VM turns green this time. You can just give OK and go back to the GNS3 VM. It turned into green. So that's it, guys. So you can start working on topologies. Thank you very much for watching. I again request you to please subscribe. At least make me to complete 1,000 subscribers in YouTube. That is all I request you. Thank you very much. Take care. See you in next video. Thank you.